How's it going, Martians? Welcome to the report. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Let's see who's in the chat here. Johnny Valencia, how's it going? Narb, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the chat. I love your positivity. Thank you for spraying it back to me, brother. We're in a good place right now, absolutely. As everybody can see with the title, I'm pretty positive. We actually just got a bull flag on the 5-minute after we've had this nice little bottoming out since we'd already run up to 31 cents, right? So it's looking really good. It's looking really good right now. I think we might actually be going beyond 30 cents tonight. Oh, is that taboo to say? Should I not be saying that we could go up, 0.3 cent? I don't know. I don't know. Being pretty bullish, saying we can go above 30 cent right now. Some people in the community, they think this is a false flag. It's a false flag. It's a false pump, guys. What do you think? Cracky Jack, how's it going, brother? Goggin Singe, I think it's Sing or Singe. How's it going, brother? Stephen K, how you doing? Addiction Sequence, glad to see you, bro. What you got in here? Lemmings who just get wrecked. Law, it's been 7-year moons since 2012. Having, oh, you're talking about halvings. There are no between halvings. There are no corrections. Corrections occur from all-time high, and we still haven't hit that yet. Oh, you're talking about XRP? Because XRP has no halvings. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see what Nerb was saying here. Get back up here in the chat a little bit. Let's see. Positivity normal. The alts follow Bitcoin, but this bull run brought to you by Ripple Swell Conference. I agree, actually. I agree that this bull run that we're seeing is actually likely triggered by XRP more so than Bitcoin. Nothing's going on with Bitcoin today. It had a big dump. And if you look at Bitcoin on the charts, yes, Bitcoin's up a lot more than XRP right now. And it's actually, it's brought XRP compared to Bitcoin down to like 3,400 sats. But that's just a healthy correction against Bitcoin for XRP, while XRP's returned back to its norm. Whereas Bitcoin is still nowhere near $10,000, right? Maybe after this stream, within a few hours, since the market all seems to be still pretty heavily correlated, right? Maybe if XRP rockets, Bitcoin's gonna rocket back up to 10K as XRP goes back to 33, 36 cents, wherever. We'll see what happens with it though. But yeah, I agree though that swell is definitely a influencing factor in what we're seeing right now, at least with XRP. And anybody that follows Mr. Level Up, you're familiar with his term he likes to call the gooseneck. We definitely just got a gooseneck, and in a big way too, because the gooseneck we've got on XRP is as we've been on an incline, and we got that heavy sell-off down to 25, and now we're already back up to beyond. We've already peaked beyond where we topped out before the dump. Before the dump, we only touched like 30.3, 30.4 cent. We touched 31 cents on, at least on Coinbase. I haven't checked on a few other exchanges yet, but I'm using Coinbase right now. And Coinbase peaked 31 cent. We wicked from there. And now we're trying to push back into the 30 cent range. So very, very bullish movements right now. Overall, the trend is phenomenal for XRP. Bitcoin, it could go either way still. And, obviously Bitcoin has a profound effect on the rest of the market, regardless of how strong the technicals may be for XRP right now. If Bitcoin dumps, it'll probably drag XRP back down and it'll delay the pump. But if Bitcoin continues to pump, it might actually just pull XRP out of this descending trend we've been in entirely, and who knows where we go from there, how quickly we could go, right? But let's see here. If anyone's researched, I'm looking for an answer to these questions. How long after the halving does it normally take for crypto markets to start to moon? 2, how long does it moon for? From what I understand, it's about 3 weeks. And 3, what average percentage correction occurs afterwards? So, yes, the halvenings, it's not an exact science, at least from the past, multiple halvenings we've had with Bitcoin, right? So, just the one that we had in I think it was 2016 was our halvening. Is either 2016 or 2017. It's every 2 years, I think, right? So it would have actually been in 2018. But 2018, nothing happened. The market, just went flat. So it could have been the run-up that we saw in 2017 was in anticipation Or you could argue that because Bitcoin's previous bull run ran from 2015 to 2017, the most of the gains came at the end of it, but that's how every bull market goes. You become more exponential the longer you go. So it's not so much that the halvenings cause these pumps or these spikes. That's actually a misnomer, and that's also why I'm so bearish on Bitcoin right now, because it still hasn't broken out of its previous, out of its previous high. It's still in consolidation right now. And that's what the drop that it had, the 7,500 or 7,400, that just confirms that for me. This pump that we've had up to 80 or back up to 8,500 isn't really anything, because it didn't even, as of yet. It touched its previous resistance before it dropped. Its previous resistance was at 87.5, so $8,750. It touched that and it collapsed back down to where we're at right now. And it looks like it's trying to climb back up to it. So we'll see what happens when it touches that again. If it climbs through it, maybe Bitcoin will rally. Maybe it can try to touch, the mid 9,000, maybe even 10,000 range again. And then we'll see what happens from there. Otherwise, it could go into consolidation if it can't break that 8,750 mark. XRP is in a totally different situation right now. It's already broken above, it's already wicked above its previous high from this move that we've been on. And so its next range is to actually jump up to 33 cents. And it seems like, because we did just before I did the stream, I posted a tweet. It worked perfectly. I played the Jaws theme music because I was just like, I heard the Jaws theme music in my mind as I was sitting there watching the price. I'm like, I got to do a video with that theme song to it. And as I was recording, it gave us a bull flag on the 5-minute chart. So it's not like a major indicator yet, but there is continuation that I saw before I came on. I think it was just starting to dip down to correct back down. So we'll see how far that correction is. If we set a higher low, obviously, then XRP is going to keep climbing, right? But again, it's kind of a crapshoot, because Bitcoin's in still a bearish trend, while XRP is in a bullish trend. I'd say Bitcoin's maybe more neutral than even bearish at this point, because it did go back above its dump price right now. So it's neutral. XRP is bullish, so it's just a matter of seeing what the coins do overall right now. But yeah, it's anybody's guess. I'm very optimistic though. I finally got my funds to clear, so I finally got my bag, and it is enough. It was just barely enough, so I hit my long-term goal. So hooray! The price didn't go up so high so fast that I didn't get my long-term bag, so I'm happy. But yeah, now I'm just gonna be dollar cost averaging into the market as we go, and I'm actually gonna start a trade position now, because I have just enough XRP now that I'm comfortable playing around with the about like 5% of my stack to see if I can flip this trend that we're on, because it seems bullish. I feel really positive about it, and I think that just the little video I did earlier made me even more confident in how easily it is for me to read our current trend. But at any point, obviously, because it's crypto, it could change, right? Ferdy, how's it going? What's up with IP? IP? What about IP? But I do want to also touch on here, leaving the dirty 30s. I would love that if we could leave the dirty 30s, Daisy. But for now, I'm gonna be happy just getting out of the 20-cent range now that I got my bags, right? But what I wanted to talk about first, before we get too long into the video, before I get too obsessed over the comments, we have the title, obviously. We've seen a 400% increase in the payments volume. And that's not a 400% increase from where it was. It's actually like an 800% increase from where the volume was. But it's 400% higher than any previous volume payments volume that we've seen on any previous day historically. And this is after the payments volume had, it's been near, for the past few months, it's been near its all-time high from the 2018 run. And so we get this parabolic run up now. Now, this is not a standalone by itself. It is not a strong enough indicator that the price is about to go parabolic. However, the last time that we set a new all-time high to this degree was just before the 2018 bull run, just before, December 2017 bull run with XRP. And the fact that we just got this beautiful reversal trend that's playing out right now, that's even more bullish to me. It's like now we have two pieces of evidence saying that we're going up and up. And then you factor in the fundamentals, right? In just a few more days, we're going to get our announcement from MoneyGram coming out telling us just how amazing how much money they're saving with XRapid, with on-demand liquidity, right? I was watching Brad Kimes' stream with Cryptopolis. If you haven't watched Brad Kimes' live stream from earlier today with Cryptopolis, you gotta check it out later. Fantastic. Definitely check it out before he goes live again tonight. Awesome stuff. The content was like Cryptopolis blew my mind. Like I knew Cryptopolis is smart, but wow, he's just, he's an older gentleman, so obviously he's just wise beyond my years by many years, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but he's brilliant, man. And if you haven't watched it, if you haven't heard from Cryptopolis, if you haven't watched a stream with Cryptopolis, you got it. The man is brilliant, and his insights into traditional markets is unparalleled from my experience in this space. There's just I'd say that maybe digital asset investor is like they're probably on like level playing field as far as their expertise, but I feel in some ways Cryptopolis was at least sharing things that I hadn't even heard digital asset investor narrate on, so it's fantastic. Let's see, Justin S. 5 minutes, you're joking, right? I am holding long term. Of course I'm being dead serious, because it doesn't matter. We didn't get a 500% price increase on the 5 minute, Justin. I'm talking about technical analysis, trend analysis, and it is a thing. For many people out there, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, TA, it's not trustworthy at all." It really is, actually. There are many indicators that you can actually trust pretty in depth. That's how I was able to make a video in real time with the Jaws theme music of showing you a bull flag before it even happened, because there are indicators for these things. If you understand technical analysis well enough, people make money doing this. Trading is a full-time job for many people, and it's a full-time job because it's not gambling if you know what you're doing. For a novice, for somebody who doesn't understand charts, for somebody who's just getting into it, you're only 2-3 months into it, yeah, it's gonna feel like gambling. But it's like one of those things. It's like a muscle. If you try and go to the gym and lift 200 pounds and you've never lifted anything in your life, you're like me or a string bean. You try and go lift 200 pounds, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna lose money in the markets, right? But if you build up to that, if you go and work out every day, you learn the technique for lifting so that you're not straining yourself or hurting yourself, and you just continue rigorous, building those muscles only in your brain for trading, you're going to learn how the charts work. You're going to learn how patterns play out. You're going to be able to observe things that you sit around and are like, "Oh, you see something on the 5 minute? I saw something on the 5 minute that had follow through, and that's why I'm talking about it." So yeah, but yeah, I get it. You're probably somebody that's still new to trading. If you probably don't even trade, and you've probably not spent any kind of considerable time, studying how technical analysis actually works as a science, right? You probably just sit around and play with the triangles, and you don't understand the candle formations that can unfold. And 5 minutes is, I will say, before I go further, right? 5 minute is a very small time frame to observe, and there is a higher probability that the smaller or the shorter time frame you look at with trading, the higher the probability of you getting a false signal, right? However, in the current trend we're in, because we just had a 7%, 8% run up that corrected down, I can only use the 5 minute for projecting where we're going from here, because we don't have enough time in this current range right now for me to give any kind of longer time frame projection. So that's why I'm excited about a 5 minute candle after we just had a 7% pump. And this is something else I want to touch on, because there's a lot of negativity in the space and a lot of like condescending mentality in the space when we're seeing 6, 7, 8% pumps. I want you to go, any of you that are disappointed with seeing these kind of moves in something you're investing in, I want you to sell all your crypto right now and go and try and make those gains on a daily in the traditional stock market. Just go do it. Go try. Seriously. If you're going to complain about XRP only going up 5%, only going up 8% in a day, just go trade the traditional stock market. I'm sure you'll make better returns. I'm sure those percentage gains are way better. No, they're not, right? Everybody knows that. You all know that I'm being sarcastic, right? Ferdy, no was triggered by China. There is China news going around right now because they're adopting blockchain solutions, but we'll see how that plays out. You know, that it could be a speculative jump from that. You're absolutely right, Ferdy. But yeah, we just gotta wait to see how things play out, and we also have to keep in mind that there are multiple fundamental or multiple news indicators that could be driving this, right? But you know, it's anybody's guess. That is a very valid guess though, because we did get that news. However, they just announced that they're going to use a blockchain solution. It's not as if there's something in an official announcement of what they're using or when they're going to use it, right? Just that they intend to. How's it going, Travis Smith? You really enjoy the content you get out to us and much appreciated all the way from Australia. Well, thank you for tuning in from Australia, brother. It's pretty early over there, I'd assume, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. Be like, yeah, it's what, like 7 a.m. there? Or no, probably like 5 a.m. there. It's super early. Let's see here. Let's see. Mr. Level Up is amazing. He has been right. Mr. Level Up is amazing. He's made many good calls actually over the past few months. And I think it's, you know, largely because we're seeing this trend change. And, you know, he had a few blunders back in July, like we all did though, right? Like, I'm not trying to like throw him under the bus, because I was wrong in July too. Because we got false indicators. And we got false indicators on like the daily charts for what happened then. So that's why a lot of people were like screaming manipulation in August when the prices were dumping, because it didn't make sense what we were seeing. But at the same time, like, I think both me and Mr. Level Up were looking at that saying, no, actually, this is just a longer term gooseneck, that's like one of his favorite patterns. You know, it's an inverted triangle is what it's kind of like the opposite of, you know, when you have a parabolic move to the upside. It's basically the opposite of that. It's where your parabolic move reverses and you come down correct. And so yeah, he's been on top of catching those and calling them out when they're happening. And yeah, I'm actually been following him a lot more too lately, just because of how on top of it he's been. It's been fun. He's getting me I'm getting excited. I'm really excited for what we're seeing, because I've been looking for this kind of move that we're seeing today for a long time in XRP. Like, a long time I've been waiting for this specific pattern to unfold. Let's see. ARK XRP Bitcoin runs on Ripple. It will in the future. If they can't get this Lightning Network off the ground, it will. Can't wait to see your brand new motorhome in the next couple of years. Scarbado's son. Hell yeah, dude. I can't wait to get an RV and travel all Europe and Asia and be able to drive around the largest continent on planet Earth. Because not gonna lie, like I loved exploring America in my 20s, but you know, I mean, I've kind of seen everything in the Americas now, so I'm looking forward to going exploring like the rest of the world. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to take you guys on that journey too. I'm hoping that we can turn this into a travel channel where we just talk about crypto as we travel around, and so it'll be like a blend of both, so we can inform people who are still the laggards, right? We'll get the laggards in here with this channel and be like, you could be here with me and everybody in the XRP community that I bump into anywhere on this planet, you know, and you're not, because you didn't listen in 2018, 2019 when we were saying, get in, the market's at all-time lows, what are you doing? They touched 20 cents and look where we are today. That is 50%. Yeah. Yep. What is it doing then? No, they're not underperforming. Yeah, I know. We got like a almost, yeah, we are 50% up right now, you know, from our dip. Just about, because we only hit 22 cents, right? We didn't go all the way to 20. I wish we could have hit 20, because then I'd have like a flawless track record. Aside, well, no, I'd still have one mistake, because I did call that we were going to pump on SBI's news and we dumped. So that was a wrong call. So I have two wrong calls of the like dozens. I don't even know how many price calls I made, because I used to do TA a lot before the SBI call, because that was a big call that I got wrong. I was like, I'm not going to do TA for a while. I needed to go back to basics. But yeah, I'm not sure what most people have. Yeah, you shouldn't be promoting your price. I'm assuming that's why Ferdy removed it. So don't be talking about how much XRP you got, guys. Yeah, that's why you got moved. No bag size, guys, exactly. SPO, how's it going, bro? Rejected 30 again. Again? Did we just bounce off it? Because we did wick off 31. So let's be real. We did hit 31, and we haven't hit 31 in months. So the fact that we touched 31 cents, I don't care that we're back below it. We touched 31 cents. We kissed it. And we didn't kiss it before the dump. So that's bullish. That's very bullish, actually. But 30 was strong support for more than 6 months last year. And that's true, too. That's why this is such a hard line for us to cross and close above. Because 30 cents was our support for more time than it wasn't over the last year. So once we get back above that, there's not going to be a lot of overhead resistance until we get back to 50 cents. And then from 50 cents, we can jump all the way to $1. So we can basically, once we break above 30 cents, we can start seeing the price double really easily and multiple times over, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. We're in a very optimal place to be loading bags. You know, if you aren't buying right now at sub 30 cents, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but what are you waiting for? Do you really think that XRP is going to go lower than it was before its 2017 bull run, its 2018 bull run? Do you really think that's how this is going to play out? I don't know. Maybe you do. I know that there are a lot of people who have promoted that idea that we're going to go below 10, or we're going to go back to 10 cents when we didn't even touch 10 cents before our pump up to $3. We didn't even go that low before the all-time high last time. So I just don't see that. I can't see that at all. That'd be like gold crashing down back to $50 after it's had so many bull runs since, where it's captured value each of those bull runs. But, you know, I could be wrong. Notorious with the 589, brother. Thank you so much. Hold in there, buddy. There is a new master in town. In XRP we trust. Absolutely, dude. No doubt. Martian, awesome on reaching your goals. I know. Thank you so much, Joe DeWeiss. Joe DeWeiss. I'm so happy that I hit it. I hope you're right. I could do with some cash right now. Chris XRP, I hope that you got a nice shallow bag to cash out, so that you're not, you know, taking all your future profits off the table. But, you know, Kai, when do you move to Singapore? I will be moving to Singapore on December 8th. I will be there. It's almost a 2-day flight that I'm gonna be in. It's like the first flight's like 20 hours. I have like 10-hour layover, and then like another like 6 to 8 hour flight. So like over 30 hours I'm gonna be in transit. So December 8th is a Sunday. That following Monday, I'm not gonna have content for you guys. Hopefully that Tuesday in December, I'll be able to get you guys at least one video, maybe an update, like a travel vlog or travel video, just to like share how the travel was. I'm apparently going to have internet on the flight there, which is interesting because I've never had internet Wi-Fi on a plane before. So that'll be, I'm wondering how if I'm gonna have to pay for it, but maybe I'll do like a quick little video clip for you guys from the plane, and if I see anything interesting going on, right? Digital asset investor sounds like Peter Griffin. I don't think so at all. Peter's like a high pitched tone, and Peter's like he's Northwestern. He's got that Bostonian accent. I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's digital nomad digital asset investor. He's like from the South, man. What are you talking about? You crazy. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even say cool hip. He doesn't even say cool hip, man. What are you talking about? That was a terrible accent. I should not have done that one. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're terrible. I admit that one was terrible. Much love, Malachi Lawrence. Thank you for the blessings, brother. Let's see here. But yeah, it's a fantastic day. This is the long game, right? And I'm gonna reiterate, M Grimes. You're exactly right. I'm in this especially for the long game, and I'm sure most of you are too. But to get back to like the 5-hour candle wick that I saw, or 5-minute bull flag, you know, I'm excited for seeing bullish moves like we're seeing right now, because it's an indicator that we're witnessing in real time the trend reverse from a long-term bear cycle to a new baby bull, right? This is just a little baby. And it's just the most cutest little thing. I just want to pet it. And oh, it's so adorable, guys. Like, it's a cutie, right? Hit that like if you're excited to see this price go up. Come on, guys. You guys can't be letting like negative mindset or like fear that this is just a fluke get into your mind, all right? Like, if you have a fat bag, then okay, you have a fat bag and you should be proud of it, right? I just bought my fat bag on the slight dip that we got on today's run up, and now it's already in my wallet. It's already on the ledger. So, you know, I'm not trading that. If I get another dip, well, I got a few $100s extra that I can put in to buy that dip. I'm not going to sell just because I'm afraid that the price is at this. Oh, it's peaking. It's peaking on a daily. It's peaking on a 5-minute candle, right? No, the 5-minute candle going up is saying to me, sweet, this is going to go higher. And if it goes lower, it's all good. I'll just I'll buy into the market again at that new low. If we get a dip down to 26 cents, 27 cents, whatever our new next low is going to be, I'll buy in there again. But, you know, I'm saying 26, 27 right now because, you know, it might just collapse from here, right? Like I was saying, Bitcoin might just collapse from this 8K and it's going to drag XRP back down, and it'll drag it to the 26, 27 cent range. It'll set a lower or a higher low. I'll buy that dip and I'll just wipe my hands of it, wash my hands of it, wait for the next chance to buy again. Maybe the next time I'll get the buy, I'll be at 29 cents and I'll be excited to get one more little purchase below 30. But that's how this is going to happen. You're not going to get a run up that permanently stays at, you know, $10 or whatever. It's not going to happen overnight. It's likely going to be a slow grow until, you know, people pull they take the lead out, right? I'm trying to be polite instead of like criticize people that are being negative, you know, but until people see that the market's going to be positive, people are going to continue to be negative because they don't understand, you know, how technical analysis works. They don't understand how market emotions work, you know. They've never listened to Warren Buffett when he said, you know, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy, right? And I'm a contrarian. So when I come out and I'm vocalizing my opinion, you know, it's usually because I'm seeing everybody vocalize the exact opposite around me. And so, you know, I know that a lot of the news advocates, at least in our space, like Digital Nomad Investor, Digital Asset Investor, Backup Bradley, so, you know, Brad Kimes, Sam I Am is, you know, most of us in the YouTube community, at least, advocate that mentality. And so when you hear us being positive, it's usually because everybody around us being negative, so we're trying to, like, you know, provide the other opinion. Now, sometimes we all fall for like the group mentality. I fell for it back in like the end of September. I was really negative. If you go back and watch my videos, I was really negative because the sentiment was negative for so long. It pulled me down. But if you look back at September, that was the opportunity. That was the best opportunity to buy. Right? I'm human just like all y'all. So I can fall for it too. But, you know, the idea is that if you're going to make money in these markets, you have to be a contrarian. It's the only people that make money is contrarians, because they say F the masses, F what everybody else is saying, and go do your thing. DNI in the chat. How's it going, brother? Welcome in here. Yeah, I'm just talking crap on you, right? Ferdy, you don't know who Brad Kimes is? What are you talking about? You don't know Kimes? Kimes the man, bro. John, who is Kimes? How do you guys not know Brad Kimes? Y'all need to go follow and subscribe to Brad Kimes' channel. That's his channel name, Brad Kimes. Back up Bradley. He is making a movie called Crypto Nares, which is going to follow many of the people, not just in XRP community, but across the entire crypto ecosystem. You know, he's actually getting some pretty big name interviews too, and he's going to be making a it won't be a movie, but a what are those called? I'm forgetting the name of it. What? I hate when it sucks when you're like on camera, especially because it like makes you anxious that you're not remembering the word. You know. Oh my gosh, is somebody saying for me in chat? Is somebody saying the word? No? Okay. I'm not seeing it here, so I'm just gonna pretend that, you know, he's making a movie about a documentary. Documentary, that's what it is. He's doing a documentary covering all the people in crypto who are like, you know, making this thing unfold before our eyes. Let's see. Why did you delete his message? What did you say? Oh, coin collector, yeah? You think that XRP is not gonna ever hit $10, bro? Buy and buy more. Sell your grandma's couch. Yeah, that's funny, dude. I was literally saying when I saw the payments volume, bro. Come to Thailand. Oh, DNI, come to Thailand. I'll show you the things you never thought existed. DNI, dude. I'm gonna be touring. My goal, because holy unbelievable, is it cheap over there? Like, my mind was blown when I realized how much I could be saving, staying, having a nice apartment in Malaysia or in Southeast Asia, and it'd be better living situation than I'm in right now, and I'd still be saving money over there. Like, it blew my mind to realize how inefficient I was being doing this, because I can't even make high quality content on this channel because, you know, I'm chilling in my car, you know. So now I'm going to Malaysia, I'm gonna be able to do high quality content again and still save about the same amount of money. But I'm definitely gonna be traveling all over Southeast Asia. I got to go to Cambodia, so maybe I'll try and plan Thailand on my trip back from Cambodia or after, because I'm going to Angkor Wat first and foremost. That's like, while I'm over there, that's like a place that I've wanted to visit basically my entire life. So I have to hit that first, but I'll definitely hit you up, come and chill in Thailand, brother. Let's see. Hetty Murphy. Love it, bro. In November 2010, one Bitcoin cost 28 cents. 8 years later, one Bitcoin was near 20,000. One XRP 10 years from now, 100,000 easily. Don't sell at double digits when we hit November 11th. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on November 11th, but I don't know that November 11th is still in play, because the only news I knew for the 11th was China launching its new central bank digital currency, and from my understanding that's been delayed, if not scrapped, so we'll see. There's also the potential that mass adoption of XRP could be delayed, because they're going to have to implement the quantum resistant protocol now, or the quantum resistant algorithms now, into the XRP ledger, because Google now has a quantum, you know, a superior or a supremely powerful quantum computer that can now do in about 3.5 minutes what the most powerful supercomputers on this planet can't do in 10,000 years. So Google can kill Bitcoin at any second if they wanted to. If they thought they could get away with it, Google could kill Bitcoin that quick. And it's not even a joke, because that's what a quantum computer is going to do to this archaic technology that has no quantum resistance. XRP, thanks to its amazing dev team, thanks to having the incredible David Schwartz behind it, it's not going to have that problem, because they already planned ahead. They already have a quantum resistant algorithm for the consensus algorithm, for the consensus protocol in place. They just haven't implemented it yet. So as soon as they feel that there is an outside threat, they probably don't feel Google's a threat, let's be real. Because Google, for those who don't know, Google Venture was one of the early investors in Ripple Labs. They're one of the early investors in the XRP ledger. So they're not going to hack XRP because that would be detrimental to their own investment. So they're not going to do that. But, you know, there's a few coins out there. There's a few projects out there that are potentially detrimental, potential threats to Google's investments. I mean, I'm not saying that Google would actually be a bad actor, but you never know. They did take down their sign saying, don't be evil, you know? That was like their catchphrase for the longest time at Google, for all their employees, was "Don't be evil." The slogan was all over their facilities, or their facility, and they took it down. Why? I'm just playing with you guys. I'm just being a little conspiratorial. Let's see. Let's scroll down here in the chat, catch up. Singapore slings delicious. Slings? What? Let's see. Kai, I'm looking forward to your streams from the other side of the ocean. I know, I can't wait, guys. I cannot wait to get to Singapore and to be able... I hope that where I'm going to be at, I will have good enough Wi-Fi to do live stream walks around town, just to give you guys like a taste of culture outside of America. Because I know most of my viewers are all Westerners, you know, if not Australians, but most of y'all are Westerners. So, you know, a taste of Asian culture while we're walking around will be like, I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be really fun. I'm looking forward to it, so I hope a lot of you are too. I'm glad to hear Kai is, at least. What's up, Codeword? A little bit late, but here. Glad that you tuned in, brother. Never too late as long as you make it. Glad you're here. DNI, you're getting caught up with some business stuff, and then medical, then back schedule with, well, I hope that everything's, it's nothing too serious with medical, brother, but can't wait to see when you come back on, because I was wondering that myself, actually. I haven't seen you around for a minute, and since your last little, like, bonus video. But, yeah, let's see. I hope you get back in quick. Let's see. Smash those likes, guys. Yeah, thank you, Kai, for reminding me. Guys, please be sure to hit that like. There's 142 of y'all in here, but only 45 likes. Is there 100 bots in my stream? All right, guys. I appreciate y'all, like, viewing my channel with multiple accounts to get the view count up, but, you know, come on now. I'd like to know my actual view count. You know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate that, though. Y'all make me feel more important than I am. Ferdy, if you don't buy with big money, it doesn't make sense to wait a cent. Yeah, that's true, too. Unless you're rich, unless you got, like, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands that you're going to put into this market when it starts to go up, you're not going to see the gains you want when you buy in once the market's already rallying. That's very true. That's not financial advice. That's just, you know, realistic. You know, if you ain't got a lot of money, you got to optimize that money. So buy low and sell high. Don't buy high. What? You should never trade when you're high. AJ, can you talk exit plans? Tip without plugging in your numbers. AJ, I have, for anybody that's interested in exit plans, I actually have 2 videos on my channel dedicated to exit strategies. So you can go and check both of those out if you want my take on exit strategy, you know, potentials. I'm going to do an updated video. I'm going to update a lot of my old content, you know, modernize it for you guys once I get to Singapore, or get to Malaysia. Actually, I'm not going to be in Singapore. I keep saying Singapore, but it's going to be in Malaysia. I'm going to be in Borneo, actually. But once I get there, then I'm going to be updating a lot of those, including my exit strategy. But it's right now, the best way to get your mind around it is just go watch those videos. And yeah, they're really in depth too. When I do an updated one, though, I'm going to explain how to go about, really, I'm just going to add in a few extra details. For example, part of your exit strategy should be to have accounts on multiple exchanges. You should have an account on every exchange that you're legally able to trade on. just in case, if this thing goes to crazy silly numbers, you're not going to be able to realistically cash out, more than 12, like on Coinbase, you can only cash out $12,000 in a day. I don't know what Binance is. I think Binance is 10,000. I haven't been on Binance in a minute, but I think Binance is $10,000 per day, and that's verified. That's when you're a verified account. So if you're going to be, exiting massive, large dollar positions out, you're going to want to be on multiple exchanges so that you can exit through multiple points so that you can take your full sum out over that day. Otherwise, you're going to have all that money sitting on an exchange. You're going to be like worrying that, no, if the exchange gets hacked, because when the price rockets, that's when hackers get real hungry. That's when the hackers are like in mass out there trying to break into these exchanges. That's when they throw everything they got at it. Let's see. Jamal, it's not interesting talking about irrelevant stuff than the topic of the video. I mean, maybe for you, bro, but I know a lot of my community absolutely loves going on some topics outside of just crypto, and we're getting up there close to the hour mark. Most people who watch my stream after live streams typically only watch like the first 20 minutes anyways. That's why I try and get the actual point of the video out early on, and that's why we're actually chatting about just stuff off topic, off the topic of the bull run right now that we're potentially heading into. Hetty Murphy, don't sell, hold for 5 years minimum. Price will have stabilized in the low to mid 4 digits. Never need to work again. I'm hoping you're right, that is where we stabilize at. And of course, only time will tell, but in 5 years, I'd be happy with that. It's anybody's guess, right? It's really anybody's guess where the market goes in the next 5 years. I've projected that we could see a 10K price, but I more expect the 10K price. I guess it would be about 5 years out. It really depends on when recession hits America, how the Fed handles it, and what the value of the US dollar is, all right? For prices in the 4-digit range to be sustainable for XRP, the dollar has to be devalued. That's the only way that you get a sustainable 4-digit price for XRP, is if the dollar is devalued. And that's highly likely. In the scenario we're in right now, the situation we're already in, the Fed just announced yesterday or the day before that they're increasing the amount that they're lending to and straight up giving to the repo markets now. So, we're seeing that what I projected weeks ago, when I was saying that, we're going to see this repo injection, it's not going to stop, and it's just going to become, they're just going to keep giving more and more. Well, we get news just yesterday or the day before now, I think it's just yesterday, that they're doing just that. They're doing just what I said they're going to. It's not because I have a crystal ball. No, it's because, like, if you understand where the economy is at, that's the only, rational option. That's the only option that they have available to them. The other option is something that Brad Kimes and Cryptopolis were talking about in their live stream today, where the other option is another interest rate cut. And that's been in the talks for a while. Everybody expects it in the traditional markets at this point. If it doesn't come, then the market's going to take a dip, and that's going to cause that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. If the markets take a dip, then the Fed is going to cut rates because the market dipped. Otherwise, they're going to cut rates preemptively in hopes that it's going to cause the market to rally. But all right, there we go, guys. So what I was saying, though, since I want to get right back into that, since the stream video should pick up right away for you guys, the only outcome for this, for the traditional markets at this point, is a recession. All right, the only thing the Federal Reserve can do right now, no, I'm not running out of data, I have unlimited data. The issue is that my phone overheats from live streaming so long, and it's a hot day here. It's like 90 degrees right now, and it's probably like 96 or so in this car. But to the point, the reason that it doesn't matter what the Federal Reserve does. The only thing the Federal Reserve can do at this point with the markets is sustain them at this range. It is eventually going to collapse. It doesn't matter what they do. And the more the Fed throws at the market trying to keep it up, the more damage they're doing in the long haul, because they're emptying their barrel of every bullet they have to kill the coming bear, because they're trying to kill the bear before it's here. And so what is going to happen is this market is going to likely just keep bouncing around this 26,000 point range. And as soon as the Fed doesn't give the market enough, it doesn't give the mafia on the markets, the bankers and those that are controlling the stock market, the hedge funds who control the markets, once they don't give them enough, it's done. And it's going to dump, and that's going to be that capitulation of the stock market is going to be the catalyst for the real bull run in crypto, for the real run on banks that's going to result in a collapse of many fiat currencies and an explosion in liquid value of digital assets. And you're going to see Bitcoin explode now, even if Bitcoin isn't the best technology. It doesn't matter. The average person, the average idiot on the streets that knows nothing about finance, he's going to go buy Bitcoin. And because they're all going to go buy Bitcoin, it's going to go up in value. But at the same time that all the idiots are buying Bitcoin, the smart money, the banks, the people who have 90% of all the money on this planet, they're going to go buy XRP. Because XRP is faster, it's cheaper, and it's more liquid. Because it's cheaper and faster. Therefore, it's a more liquid asset. It's just better. It's just a better technology. It's superior, and they control it. So it's going to go up. And guess what? When you have 10% of the world's money going to one asset and 90% going to another asset, which do you think is going to have higher percentage gains? Especially when you consider that the one that 10% of the world's money is going into, well, that's already over 10 times the market cap, over 10 times the value of the one that 90% of the world's money is going to go into, right? That's some pretty simple math to do. Just punch it in a calculator. And percent in XRP and not in Bitcoin anymore, because it's just the writing's on the wall. And at the end of the day, when this market peaks, when it hits its final bull run, even if $20,000 was not the maximum peak of Bitcoin, guess what? After this collapse, this collapse of the fiat system that we're witnessing unfold in real time, once that happens and all the money's in Bitcoin, you don't have any way to increase the value of Bitcoin anymore. So wherever it hits, that better be a high enough price for it to continue to be profitable for miners indefinitely. Because if it's not profitable indefinitely for miners after this next run, it's going to be a slow bleed out, and it's going to go to zero ultimately. Now, I think that it is, there's a decent chance that Bitcoin will outlive the dollar. It just seems like into its death spiral in 2020. So when Bitcoin goes into its death spiral in 2020, the dollar goes into its death spiral in 2020, that's going to be, again, the catalyst for crypto. And when that happens, those elites, we became the new 1% or 0.1%. And yeah, we won't run out of, but yeah, that's cool if you don't run out of mineable Bitcoin. But guess what? The cost to mine that Bitcoin is going to become more than the value of that Bitcoin they're mining. Further, Ferdy points out, quantum computers will destroy Bitcoin. Because why? Because Bitcoin is not, there's no development of a quantum resistant framework for Bitcoin. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. So cost is going down exponentially? No, the cost of mining is not going down exponentially, because the use of the mining capacity is going up. So if that were true, then zero 0.05% of the world's people on the Bitcoin network. That's not a scalable model. It's just not. I'm sorry, Jacob. I know that you're a Bitcoiner. You've told me this in the comments section that you're a Bitcoiner. I get it. Most of your holdings is Bitcoin. So you are terrified of the fact that you're investing in something that doesn't have long-term staying power. It's just a matter of following the math to its end. Okay? It doesn't matter if Bitcoin becomes worth $1 million. You are, because you're trying to defend against mathematical certainties, right? Like, I'm not sitting here sharing with you an opinion. No, I'm talking about cold hard figures. We're talking about cold hard figures here, bro. It's not a matter of opinion, you know? It can't be helped. Bitcoin is not going to survive long term. This is why there are over 2,000 altcoins, okay? This is why there's nearly a dozen forks of Bitcoin now. Because everybody who's developed on this sees the writing on the wall, except for the investor here who's shorting. And yeah, read Bitcoin, read chart. Brother, I studied Bitcoin for 3 years before I ever even touched XRP. Okay? I studied Bitcoin for 3 whole years. I mined for over 2 years. You're not going to tell me something that I don't know about Bitcoin, especially in regards to what I'm telling you right now. Okay? I did hold through 20K. I made a fat bank on Bitcoin back then. Okay? So I absolutely know what's going on with this. And I absolutely see the writing on the wall. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not angry at all. I'm just concerned that you're not seeing what I'm laying out for you. But, you know, again, you're entitled to your opinion, brother. But, like, you can't deny math. You can't deny it. Bitcoin and XRP don't serve the same purpose. They don't, Kyle. They don't. They're not even competing, right? Like Bitcoin, it's stuck at store value. Cool. Good job reading charts. Good job reading a chart. A chart is not going to tell you anything about the technology that you're investing in. That's your first big mistake. You think that a chart means anything when it comes to real world? Sorry. No. That's why I'm an XRP. That's why I'm also even when I went into XRP, cool, you're a trader. Exactly. So when you're going to get stopped out soon enough. Okay, well, do it, bro. You go do that. You're struggling with your 125. Guys, hey, you know what? Jacob, at the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion, brother. So you can have it. Let's see. When utility starts, the real numbers will begin to show. BTC's days are numbered. Jeff Hardy. Exactly. There's no utility in it. And, you know, traders are going to be traders. They're going to be short-sighted because that's what a trader is. You're a short-sighted individual. Even a long trader is a short-sighted person, because long trading is on the order of months. So you're looking ahead to like November, December. Oh, where's it going in December? Where's it going? And you're not looking at the big trend. You're not looking at the big picture. And that's why we're going to argue till the death of both of us, because you're short-sighted. I'm long-sighted. I look 2-5 years to the future. You're looking 2-5 months to the future. There's a big difference between our perspective of the world, of this ecosystem. And it's not going to change unless one of us decides that we want to embody the other person. But here's the thing. I started out as a trader. First I started out researching Bitcoin, and I bought like some illicit stuff on the Silk Road before I even became a trader. But I started trading started mining first, and then I started trading my mining. But at the end of the day, it's if you're not paying attention to the fundamentals, you know, it's like, okay, cool, enjoy playing with like 5% margins or whatever margin you're trading on, whatever percentages you're trading with, ranges you're trading within. Enjoy that. I'm not here for that. I don't like spending my entire day looking at a freaking chart watching green and red candles all day. That's like some boring stuff. That makes you feel, you know what, I could make a robot do that for me. Why would I want to spend my life pretending that I'm gonna do what a robot does better, right? Like, that's like, you want to be a machine man, go be a machine man. I want to be a human. right? That's me. Don't just, yeah, guys, don't be talking about how much you have. I can't hide his comment because my phone's overheating. Remove that comment. There we go. Yeah, don't post how much XRP you guys have. Even if it's on a ledger, you really just shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, we'll see, Jacob. We'll see who wins, who's right in the long term, right? That's like somebody in 2010, 2011, even 2015 when I first got involved, right? That's like somebody in 2015. I thought somebody had just realized that I was paraphrasing Charlie Chaplin. But at any rate, don't be surprised, like when the people in 2015 who were saying that, you know, Bitcoin's going to it's going to be more profitable in the future than the dollar. You know, it's better to hold Bitcoin than dollars because deflationary asset versus inflationary asset, right? Well, just like those people who are following the fundamentals, and that's why they're actually investing in Bitcoin, they're right in regards to their asset versus traditional, right? But in the same way, I understand that I am right mathematically speaking when it comes to the directionality of the market, the long-term trend of Bitcoin versus XRP, or Bitcoin. We won't say Bitcoin and XRP. We'll say proof of work versus consensus. And that's really what this argument's about. This is what this debate's about. That's why I made that video yesterday. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It could be shitcoin. You call it whatever coin you want, but if it's using proof of work, it's a dead coin. It has a limited lifespan. And that limited lifespan is based purely upon its power usage. And a chart, I don't care how long you've been trading, dude. You've been trading since you were 2 years old. Your chart is not going to show you the power consumption usage of your network. And if you don't understand how that network that you're trading on is being maintained, that's how you're going to get wrecked. That's how anybody that's doing that's going to get wrecked. And so, you know, I just want to protect you guys. Really. Legitimately. That's why this channel exists. It's not me trying to con anybody. I don't care if anybody invests in XRP. Actually, to be completely honest, I regularly tell people, stop buying XRP. I want to buy more. Because I really do. Now I've got my long-term bag that I'm sitting on, so now I'm starting to operate in a trade position. Everything I buy is trade position. But you guys putting your money into this, the 118 of you in the chat, the 1,000 people that will watch this video, none of you viewing this, investing your money matters to me. From a gains perspective, right? The only reason that I'm creating this content and sharing with you and talking with you is because I'm trying to explain the opportunity that I see and get people interested in doing their own research to understand what's going on, right? That's all it's about. We don't matter. It's Kyle. I love you, bro. It's from a price perspective. You don't matter though, Kyle. From a price perspective, none of us matter. And I said all of you, but I really mean all of us. We don't matter from a price perspective. You know, unless somebody in this chat sends me a message, a private message on Telegram showing their bank account with more than like $5 million in it, you don't matter. You're irrelevant. We are irrelevant. We are the 99% who hold 10% of the world's money. We're irrelevant. Completely, absolutely have zero effect on the long term of XRP. Now maybe if I were to sit around and talk about Bitcoin all day, if I made my channel about Bitcoin, guess what? Here's another thing too. I'm gonna lay out some figures for you guys. The Bitcoin views on YouTube, if I went and made a Bitcoin channel instead of XRP, guess what? I'd actually be like making bank right now, because Bitcoin videos, they get about 20 times more views than an XRP video. So if I grew a Bitcoin community, guys, I'd be a baller. Oh my God, I'd be rich. And guess what? I just gotta sit there and show a chart on screen and talk about, we're going up. I don't even have to be right. I don't even have to call the charts right. All I gotta do is talk about Bitcoin, have a Bitcoin chart on the screen, and say, "Whoa, we got a trend here," and I'd make bank. But I'm not about that. I'm not trying to get rich off YouTube. I'm trying to get rich off of investing. That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm engaging with everybody. That's why I'm actively trying to become friends with so many people in our ecosystem who I know are here for the long haul. Because I see everybody who's taking this asset class seriously as the new world elite. And I'm not about to go get assassinated by the new world elite because I'm like, you know, not playing fair, playing nice with the people who are going to have all the money in the future. That's legitimately what I see here. This YouTube platform, this is me coming out being the most honest, genuine individual I can, so that I can build rapport with the new world elite, so that I can be the journalist for the new world elite a decade from now. Like, to be straight up honest, y'all are gonna be tuned into me in 5 years who are watching this because I helped encourage you to hold through the storm and become stupid rich, and then y'all are gonna be like, well, dang, that Martian dude, I'm glad, because when we started to see these prices be hit, and he said, careful, if you're gonna sell, just a little bit, guys, just take a little bit off the table, not the whole thing, and you follow that advice, those people who follow that advice when that time comes, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm glad that Martian talked me down from selling all my bags, because now I'm a billionaire instead of just, you know, instead of just having a few $100,000, right? Every hippie needs a hippie friend with a gun. OJ, exactly. I got one of those, actually. I got a few of those. I'm the peace-loving hippie, but I'm related to some hippies that got guns, so I've already got the relatives. I'm good in that regard. Austin Blondale, we should all plan to meet up in Bora Bora, Dubai, etc. when this thing takes off. When it takes off, guys, I think that it's not gonna be like all of us meeting at once. It's gonna be like, hey, I'm here, who's out here, and we're just gonna all have lunch with each other on a regular basis, because the only thing we're gonna have to do is network, bounce ideas off each other, and build our industries, our business models, our charities, whatever it is each of us is into. We're just gonna be networking together and working towards that new future, just like the current world elites do right now. We're going to be that position. And a lot of people think that's crazy that I'm even saying that right now, because the price is at 29 cents or whatever it's at right now. Oh, that's never happening. Talk when it hits 50 cents. Okay. Let's talk in 2 months, dude. If that's what your prerequisite is XRP hitting 50 cents, I can't wait to make the video titled XRP's 50 cents. Let's talk now. Because what? Is magically the whole world going to change as soon as XRP hits 50 cents? No. You're going to be in the same position. You're going to have a little bit more money, about twice what you have right now, you know, 40% more than you have right now. But nothing's going to be changing. You're going to be like, well, it's not $1. Talk to me when it hits $1. Okay. I'll make another video a month or two after that when we hit $1. Is anything going to change then? No. Maybe you'll be a little more eager or upset that you didn't buy at 30 cents because you could have tripled your money. At least that's what I'll be pointing out to you. Be like, oh, well, it's going to go back down. It's going to go down. It can't stay up here. Well, okay. You'll correct to 50 cents and you'll be right. You'll brag about it. And then a few months later, we'll be back at all-time highs. And I'll be like, so what now? Well, it's too overpriced. I'm not buying at all-time highs. Okay, cool. You're going to buy when it corrects back to $1? Yeah. We correct it back to $1. Oh, it's going to go lower. Okay, that's cool. Short-sightedness, man. That's what that is. And that's what most people in this space are. That's what a trader is. They're short-sighted. They don't see it. Let's see. Mark Smolder, you better trade your car for the beast, the president's car. Oh, dude, Mark, I'm going to be so all over the world, it's not even funny, you know what I mean? So it's going to be hard for anybody to track me down in any one place. But, you know, in the XRP community, you know, we're all family in this community. You know, some of the people in this community, like, I see some of the people in this community, no joke, is closer to me than some of my family, some of my own blood at this point. Because I've bonded so deeply with some of you guys out here in the community, some of y'all who are tuned in right now. So when this goes off, like, that's what we are. We're a family who's gone through the hardest of times together. And so it's just like that saying, you know, if you can't tolerate me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Well, we're all tolerating each other at our worst right now in this bear market, accepting the hardships that are coming at us, working through it as a community, so that when that moon comes, we're gonna party on the Mars. We're gonna party on Mars. We're gonna be all collectively going up to Elon Musk and be like, hey, can we get a group discount to Mars? We got like 30,000 of us. Can we get like 1,000 spaceships or 100 spaceships for us? We gotta get some like connectors in there so we can party barge for a few months across space, until we hit Mars, But like legit, it's gonna be awesome, guys. Like you have to be patient. You have to look at the long term, guys. And I know most of you are. I know I'm preaching to the choir, really. I'm really preaching to the choir right now. There's just a few people out here that are cynical, and they got me riled up like I normally do, you know what I mean? Let's see. Funny how Greenpeace don't invest in Bitcoin impact on our Earth's environment. Greenpeace don't invest in crypto in general. I don't think that they have XRP either, bro. Though, I mean, I guess, like, I was like, wait, am I wearing my Greenpeace shirt? I'm wearing my Floyd shirt. But I tried telling a Greenpeace canvasser about cryptocurrency, and it was like, oh, wow. The eyes just glazed over. It was visible in her eyes. I was like, yep, you're not even gonna remember this cryptocurrency I told you about. That's okay. Lucky XRP investor. Anyone else find that when you tell relatives, like, they're like, wow, that's nice, and don't buy, you tell a stranger and they actually find it interesting? That is hilarious, right, Lucky? But somebody told me something in Telegram. I can't remember who it was. Somebody said in Telegram, though, they said, Jesus left Nazareth before he became a prophet, before he became acknowledged as a prophet. Jesus wasn't taken serious in his hometown, in other words. He had to leave his hometown before people took him serious. So, a little food for thought, a little bit I found it really, I was like, wow, that's actually like prophetic in some way, in its own ways. The statement was prophetic, right? But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because it shows, it shows when you encounter those people who actually believes in you versus who's just around you because you're that person who has entertained them, who's tolerable to them, right? That's what that really says. The people who don't actually listen when you share something like this with them, they haven't been listening to you ever. And that's what it really means, especially when you are presenting this to somebody, especially the people you care about too, right? Like if they're not willing to like take it seriously when you're talking about the kind of gains that we talk about in this space, then it says that that person has never actually trusted you anyways. They've never actually had any faith in your opinions. So why would they take your opinion about something? If they're not going to take your opinion about something that can make them unimaginable amounts of money, then what have they ever taken your opinion on before? You might be thinking back to the things that those engagements you've had with those people and be like, wow, literally nothing, right? Probably. Because the people who have taken me seriously about XRP, they're the same people who have, we've had disagreements about a lot of things, but they've still engaged in earnest with the ideas I've shared in the past. And that's why they engaged with this, and they're an XRP now. But, a lot of people just, they aren't, Ojai, you're all my only friends I have. Anxiety haven't left the space since XRP, maybe 3 years now. Well, I did go take my dog out and a bee got me. Oja, I feel it, brother. I've got some pretty serious social anxiety myself. I've been grappling with it for the my buddy Joey, actually, who's another car camper that I hang out with regularly. Like he's been doing everything in his power to drag me out to engage with other people, and so he's been helping me actually become more not really extroverted, because my battery still drains when I'm in public around people, but I've noticed that it's become easier. It's like, I think it's like any muscle, you got to flex it for it to strengthen. So you gotta put yourself in, you have to subject yourself to the uncomfortable before you can become comfortable with it, kind of like all things. Jeff, I'm pretty good right now. I got a hot wife and some cool kids. Not rich, but life is pretty good. Man, bro, you must be cold. You got some cool kids, but a hot wife. You're cold, bro. That's awesome, though, brother. I'm glad to hear. It's really there's some pretty well off people in our community. There's some people in this community who have done so well for themselves outside of crypto that it's reassuring to know that they only care about XRP. Those same people are like, nah, everything else in this market is like fodder. XRP is the real deal, and they've been successful